there. Are you Tristan?
I am.
Tristan, I'm Marissa. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Feel free to take a seat wherever you'd like.
Thank you.
So how was the trip over? I noticed the weather's pretty nasty out there, eh?
It is really nasty. It was raining on me, and I took the bus. It was like
Oh.
horrible.
Definitely sounds like quite the journey here.
It was. It really was. I got my phone wet.
Oh no, that's awful.
I was like playing my favorite song and just like kept skipping it. I was just frustrating me.
Oh my
But
gosh, that's the worst, eh?
It really is.
Other than that, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty okay, you know. As good as it will be.
Yeah, that's understandable. So what brings you in today? What were you wanting to work on for me?
Well, I wanted to talk to someone about this. So I have this friend, right? We call her Raquel. I don't know. She acts like that Barbie girl. And she's literally so mean. Like, she name calls me all the time. She's like, you're a fat pig. And, like, put other things like that.
Yeah,
Sorry, I laugh at my own trauma.
Totally common response.
And she, like, makes a lot of comments at me, like, oh, you're a loser. You're just jealous of me because I have friends. Like, I'm not jealous, but she's friends with my bully. You know, like, hello? Obviously, I'm going to be upset. And she's literally just horrible. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be really, really hurtful. And that must be really, really frustrating for you to deal with.
It is, because she's a gossiper. And I found out she's been saying rumors about me. Well, from what I've heard from people in my class. Like, she's been telling people that I was trying to steal her boyfriend. Like, how do you know?
Yeah, that must have been really, really upsetting for you.
It was. And she just keeps, like, making up all these horrible rumors about me and then acts like she did not.
Wow, I can definitely understand why you're under so much stress right now then. Does this girl Raquel, does she have any, like, good qualities to her? Any things that you like about her?
Well, you know, she's pretty popular, and she hangs out with me, so it's a bonus. And we're, like, childhood friends, so it's, like, what am I going to do without her kind of thing? Because I don't have other friends. So, like, she kind of takes away the loneliness, but kind of doesn't, because I still feel lonely with her. But, you know.
Yeah, so that sounds like a really, really tough decision to make, especially considering the fact that you guys have been friends for your whole life. That's definitely not an easy call to make. And I can understand what you're saying with the popular and having someone to hang out with, because it can obviously feel really lonely to not have friends to hang out with. So it can feel good to hang out with someone even if they don't treat us right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Am I right? Okay.
Stole the words out of my mouth.
I'm glad I'm on the right track. Are there any things you've tried with Raquel that have worked to kind of alleviate any of those issues at all?
Not really. I mean, I did try, you know, like telling her she's a B word. It didn't really work. And, you know, like, we usually argue sometimes over it because I'll be like, you're acting like this and that. She'll be like, you're just too dependent on me. Like, obviously, girl, you're my only friend.
Yeah, so you guys just kind of keep escalating and building off of each other. And so she gets frustrated, and you get frustrated, and she gets even more frustrated, and vice versa, and so on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad I'm understanding right. Thank you. Have you ever heard of a skill called I statements before?
No.
No? Okay. So basically what they are is it's just a short sentence, and it kind of explains to the person you're having a conflict with what you're feeling and why you're feeling that way, but kind of in a way that's not blaming them, so they don't feel as, aggressive or as resistant to listening to you, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So if you don't mind, I'd like to go over and show you kind of the format of that, if that's okay.
Okay.
All right, so basically it starts off with I feel, and then right after that you're going to put the emotion that you're feeling in there, and then you're going to put when this happens. So, for example, let's say somebody stole my piece of pizza. I could say, I feel really sad when my pizza gets stolen. I was very excited to have that.
So with her, I'd have to be like, I feel annoyed that you're hanging out with my bully. You know, I feel annoyed that you keep making fun of me all the time, calling me fat pig, like that.
Yeah, that's really good. One thing we have to be aware of too when we're talking with the I statements is sometimes people can like misinterpret what we're saying or our tone. So it's very important to be aware of like how cheerful our voices sound or like our body language when we're saying it. Because if we're just like not looking at them, they're gonna think we're mad, right? But if we're kind of like sitting like this, we're like having a calm conversation, we kind of seem a little bit more like safe to talk to, if that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
I don't like that it makes sense, but yeah.
I know what you mean. Change can be pretty hard, eh?
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Let's do a little bit of practice if that's okay with you.
Okay.
Okay, so pretend that I'm Raquel and I'm hanging out with your bully and me and the bully are making fun of you or something. So like we're like, oh, like you're a loser, you have no friends, you're jealous of us. Try and tell me an I statement, and then I'll try and respond as if Raquel would in that situation. Kind of work it out a little bit.
I feel like you're being a jerk for no reason at all. Like, what did I do to you in order for you to act like this to me?
So you're calling me a jerk now?
No?
You see what you did there, right? With the jerk part, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it can be really hard sometimes, but it's an important thing to recognize and kind of look at sometimes when we put those labels instead of emotions, because sometimes we can get them a little bit mixed up, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, I feel like I hate you when you're rude to me. But that wouldn't be me labeling the emotion, right? That would be kind of me labeling the thought almost, but putting it as an emotion instead. After looking at how your friend treats you, I'm curious to know of what your priorities are in finding a friend, what you want them, the qualities you want them to have.
Well, I want them to be nice to me, funny. They don't have to prioritize me as number one, but at least like think about me, or like willingly hang out with me. Like I'm tired of being the first texter, the one to invite people to plans kind of thing.
Yeah.
I say people, but I mean her. And I want them to like make effort, like the same effort I put in. But
Yeah.
as long as they're like fun and kind, that's really all I want.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for sharing that with me. Is there any qualities that you would say would be like a deal breaker kind of thing when looking for a friend?
If they're like her, disgusting.
Yeah, so I'm hearing a lot of anger in your voice towards her, maybe a little bit of resentment. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me
Thanks for clarifying.
angry.
Yeah, no, that's very understandable. Anger's a very common, normal emotion to experience. Nothing wrong with feeling it, it's just how we express it, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm hearing is that your friend has a lot of negative qualities, so it would be kind of deal breakers if there was someone else, and she doesn't really have many of the positive qualities that you want in a friend, and that she kind of just is your childhood friend that, and you're kind of afraid to lose that and have that connection at school.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So, with all that being said, do you think she is someone you want to keep as a friend?
Probably not, but like, I don't want to be lonely, so I guess for now, kind of thing, until I can meet someone else.
If you were to end the friendship with her, how do you think that would look? How would you go about that kind of thing?
Like, if I ended it with her?
Yeah.
Well, she'd probably be rude to me, and then probably even more rude than when we're not friends, kind of thing. Probably like bully me 10 times harder. However, at least I won't have a toxic friend anymore.
Yeah, that's very understandable. If you were to try and look into making some new friends, how do you think you would go about that?
Oh no. See, my social anxiety would never. They have to come to me.
Yeah, it can be really difficult sometimes, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's any clubs at school that you could maybe join that are they kind of have that social aspect, but you don't necessarily need to go up to anybody and socialize. You could kind of just chill out, and then if someone wants to talk to you, they can talk to you, and if they don't, they don't.
The anime club.
Yeah.
Like a loser. I'll probably get bullied more if I join that, but like at least it'll be fun.
Nothing wrong with like an anime, right?
Facts.
On the topic of anime, I'm assuming since you mentioned that club that you enjoy watching anime.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think maybe in that club that you can maybe find some other people who are kind of like-minded and have similar interests to you?
Probably, but they're all losers, so probably get bullied more, but that's fine.
So when you say loser, tell me what you mean by that.
I don't know. I don't really have a definition. Just nerdy.
Yeah, that's okay. It can be hard to define things sometimes. Do you think maybe the loser's kind of coming from outside perspectives and like fears of what other people would think of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable. So do you think that's something that you could give a try? Is maybe trying going there once, checking it out?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, thank you for all the help today, honestly.
No
I probably
problem.
wouldn't have like thought of this stuff, without like venting about it. Cause like I mean I vented about it to my wall before, but like that's just not the same.
It can be nice having someone to walk through it with, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking at all the aspects, breaking it all down.
Exactly.
With that being said about the joining the anime club, do you think maybe once you kind of maybe make some connections there, that we could look into maybe kind of forming a plan of how you could end that friendship with Raquel?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Would that make you a little bit more comfortable, kind of safer to have that extra social support with you?
Yeah, definitely.
That's completely understandable.
Thank
Thank you for being willing to try. I know it's really, really not easy to meet new people first of all, or end friendships at all. So good work for that.
Thank you.
Ah, of course. Was there anything else you were wanting to talk with me about today?
No, I think that was all.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in. It was awesome to meet you. You're gonna join that club, and we're gonna see how that goes, and we'll get some feedback from you on how it went.
Mm-hmm.
And if you made any friends, if you've made any connections, doesn't necessarily need to be a friend right away. And then we can go from there and working on a plan. Sound good?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. No problem at all. I appreciate you coming in today. See you next time.
See you.